Do you think God made us to be treated differently? Do you think that we were brought to this world to be separated into groups? We're suffering abuse and racism? Do you think this is our function in life? To be treated to our skin, our hair color, or our accent?
My father, he believed strongly in everything he did. Even though I only knew him for 4 years, he greatly impacted my life. I remember vividly when he told me that someday life in the United States would not be affected by racism. Nowadays, I thank him because he taught me to believe in myself and achieve what I want. About racism, I believe in everything he said. I was one of the few people who truly knew my father, out of all my brothers and sisters, for who he really was. I knew him not as an important social activist, but as a loving father who devoted himself and took his own pains to instill pride in his children. People may remember him as a violent, outrageous person who had no limits. Those who knew him know better.
This was the memory of Malcolm's daughter, who only lived with him for 4 years before he passed away. Even though his time with her was short, her life was heavily impacted by his father's presence. She believed he was a great social activist because he was able to pass his same ideals and courage to his daughters.
My brother had an impeccable integrity. Malcolm came to live with me when my dad died and his mother lost his mind. I always stood by him because I respected him so much. I respected his beliefs. I remember how he used to call me my little Ella and told me that I was the first really proud black woman that he had ever met. Our admiration was mutual, and after he died, I promised myself to do something for him, just as he'd done for me. This is why now I lead the organization of Afro-American Unit.
Nice words of Malcolm's stepsister. She was one of the few people that Malcolm admired. She was with him through every little step of the way, and she was always determined to keep his legacy. Ella loved Malcolm like his own brother. Their relationship was like nothing else.
Malcolm, only thinking about him gets me emotional. He always defended us above everything and demonstrated his love while everything in his life was happening so fast. The minute I met him in New York, I knew he was the one because he helped me get into rough situations. I always got picked up because of my color, and Malcolm understood me because he went through the same. He left the Nations of Islam with me, and after that, we lived a wonderful life. We did not care what people thought. We created a wonderful family, and I still suffer every day thinking about him. He was an outstanding image for the black race.
Touching really, the words of Malcolm's wife. Malcolm and Betty met each other at a young age, and they never looked back. His wife remembers all the great moments and is still suffering his death. She's the greatest testimony of the greatest of Malcolm because he lived with him through all of it.
Who taught you, please, who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet? Who taught you to hate your own kind? Who taught you to hate the race that you belong to? So much so that you don't want to be around each other. No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach hate, you should ask yourself who taught you to hate being what God gave you. We teach you to love the hair that God gave you. Here you way out in the middle of the ocean, can't swim, and you worried about someone that's in the bathtub and can't swim. We don't steal, we don't gamble, we don't lie, and we don't cheat. And that also deprives the government of revenue Because you can't get into a whiskey bottle without getting past the government seal. You can't open a deck of cards without getting past the government seal. Here's a white man makes the whiskey and then puts you in jail for getting drunk. He sells you the cards and the dice and puts you in jail when he catches you using them. So he's against us because we fix it where he can't catch you anymore. We take the dice out of your hands and the cards out of your hands and the whiskey out of your head. The most disrespected person in America is the black woman. The most unprotected person in America is the black woman. The most neglected person in America is the black woman. And as Muslims, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches us to respect our women and to protect our women. And the only time a Muslim really gets real violent is when someone goes to molest his woman. We will kill you for our woman. I'm making it plain, yes. We will kill you for our woman. We believe that if the white man will do whatever is necessary to see that his woman gets respect and protection, then you and I will never be recognized as men until we stand up like men and place the same penalty over the head of anyone who puts his filthy hands out to put in the direction of our women.